Continue to follow big breaking news right now out of Midtown Manhattan tonight as CNN is reporting that 4 people have been killed in a shooting, including a New York City police officer from a Bronx precinct. I've asked you this question just about every time you've been with us as of late, but the rumors and the headlines continue, so I have to ask to allow you to set the record straight. Any chance at all that you drop out of the mayoral race between now and Election Day? Just a short while ago, a memorial started to grow here at the intersection of University Avenue and West 192nd Street. It's where police say those 2 teens were riding on a scooter when they collided with an SUV. An explosive court appearance for Luigi Mangione from start to finish, yelling over officers as he was led inside to face a judge. This is the first time that you've decided to speak publicly about Lisa's murder.
Yeah.
Why?
The truth.
People here in the neighborhood are still trying to piece it all together. Tonight, new video is giving us a better understanding of when that suspect struck and where. But the questions that still remain are, who is he and why did he do it? I think I was actually the last reporter to speak one-on-one with Mayor Eric Adams before news of this indictment broke. And at the time, he gave me no indication that he knew what was coming just hours later. So I'll ask you point blank, is there any deal between you or your lawyers and the federal government about cooperating or collaborating on immigration enforcement or any other fronts in exchange for your charges being dropped? All of that unlicensed and illegal product has been seized and summonses are being issued. Penalties can range anywhere from $30,000 to $50,000 alongside criminal charges. What started as a quick stop to pick up a sandwich ended with a suspicious encounter inside of this store. During his arraignment, we learned that Vladimir Lopez German booked a flight to the Dominican Republic following the deadly stabbing that he is accused of. Will you still wear the beret if elected? It's become so synonymous with who you are.
Let me tell you something, Shira. I've had to take my beret off time and time again for business meetings.
He is bruised, he's shaken up, but he is resilient. And take a look at why. This is how that encounter between him and a couple of customers ended on Tuesday. They have transformed it into a winter wonderland, ice rink included, to get the party started a little bit early. I find it interesting that Mamdani crossed the 50% threshold. In barely any polls did he get to 50%. I believe there might have been one out there that was circulating that had him at 50%. A lot of other polls put him more in the mid to lower 40s. Interesting to see that once again he has defied what the polls predicted in this race. Scenes that seem straight out of California are sparking up across New York City at an alarming rate.
It's crazy because I've been living here my whole life and never seen something like this.
And it was a small ring of fire, but it quickly spread. Just this month alone, since the beginning of November, we've had over 300 brush fires, more than any month than we could remember.
And that was just 18 days in. Typically, the FDNY is called to no more than 200 in an entire month. This record-breaking streak in the boroughs is forcing firefighters to tap into specialized tools and training, especially where some of the biggest fires have happened, at parks.
I think the multiple alarm fires are due to the extreme dry conditions that we have.
Chief of Fire Operations Kevin Woods took us back to Prospect Park in Brooklyn, where flames burned through 2 acres, the equivalent of about 2 football fields.
We struggled for probably about an hour and a half. We thought we had it, and then a gust of wind would blow it up again.
Top members of the FDNY say they often encounter 2 key challenges when responding to brush fires in conditions like these: the terrain and access to water.
Most parks don't have fire hydrants inside the park, so that's very challenging. So we have to relay water. We have to draft from bodies of water.
Efforts we saw firsthand at Inwood Hill Park in Manhattan. The FDNY also turns to its 8 brush fire units across the city, stacked with equipment, alongside reserve pumpers, lighter hoses, and canister backpacks to get water where it's needed. To figure that out, drones help reveal the hot spots, like at Van Cortlandt Park in the Bronx.
Also, with the new task force, we're going to be using the drones pre-fire to identify areas throughout the city.
The FDNY's brand new brush fire task force, just assembled during this unprecedented time to work before, during, and after these events to avoid any loss of life and extinguish the risk of these fires before they're sparked. Turning now to a News 12 exclusive, a shelter showdown. Video capturing an all-out brawl that happened at a Bronx facility. And tonight we are learning that one staff member was fired in the fallout from this fight. And the men who were in the middle of all of this, they're speaking out, saying it illustrates a deeper divide within the system. It's a rec room rumble.
Mayhem, people fighting, things being thrown, security guards running up and down.
News 12 obtained video taken from multiple angles Sunday inside the Amato men's shelter in the Wakefield section of the Bronx. Cameras start rolling when a staff member grabs and tosses food from a group of Venezuelan migrants staying at the facility. The reason, they say, because they were not using plates. Within seconds, it's pandemonium.
Y se alteró, empezó ahí mismo se ve cuando él se da golpes así en la mano. A mí fue el primero que me dieron un sillazo. Me dieron aquí y en la espalda con un sillazo. Bloom.
This asylum seeker asked we obscure his identity out of concern over his immigration status. He was at the table before it went flying alongside chairs and punches. About 2 minutes into the brawl, the same staff member seen earlier
Mire cómo la, ya va a ver cómo, mire. Boom.
slaps the phone out of the hand recording, while another captured the moments after.
That language barrier, because of that incident, it sort of became like a race war. So like if you're Venezuelan or Spanish, it's like you either hang with them or you hang with us.
A different resident at the shelter who also asked to remain anonymous says the chaos lasted over an hour and spilled into the dorms before police were called. The NYPD confirmed one resident was arrested for assault, while a staff member directly involved in the fight was immediately fired, according to a New York City Department of Social Services spokesperson.
They should have police in the shelters because when the fights break out, security guards just watch. And they won't call police until it gets hectic or out of their control.
The migrant caught in the middle of the chaos tells me he was among a group of 20 asylum seekers transferred out of the Bronx shelter after the fight. Now at this city-run facility in Brooklyn, waiting to be able to provide for himself.
Lo que queremos es trabajar y nosotros mismos arrendamos algo para vivir. Por mi mamá que tiene cáncer, mi esposa que está embarazada, por cierto, hoy está pariendo. Mi familia.
Withstanding the struggles he's encountered so far to make it better for the ones he left behind.